runners, because I think you're gonna need that, because this game is kind of something beautiful. Hey, thank you, lad, or Lady One Rex. There we go. Can you post the story? Sure, that won't spoil anything. It's only an hour, you'll be fine. Okay, so the music is actually pretty good. Proton John running around shooting things already. Dicio getting into the first corridor as well. The enemies, I love that you can't duck and shoot them. It's fantastic. Luckily, most of them can die pretty quickly. What happens if someone game overs? They get to start again. Now, if this game has infinite continues, that's going to be very, very helpful. So, I would say at this point, yeah, go ahead and continue as much as you need. Just as an explanation, these races have 1 hour. So, the players will have an hour to finish as much as possible. Whoever is in the lead after the hour has passed is considered the victor. So Proton John going right now, he does have a bit of a lead in distance that he's made. He's doing pretty well, not taking too much damage. I've died a billion times in this corridor, by the way. And I think you might start seeing why. Proton John has been doing pretty good with managing enemies. Dicio having a little bit more of a struggle there, not a surprise, that's just this game. Proton John down to 2 hits left, 1 hit left, and he's dead. There we go. And this is Holy Diver. Dicio also takes a death. I am very excited for this match. Yeah, the thing is, there are people who speedrun this, and they are crazy. Okay, it's more, you know, this is definitely Castlevania inspired. We'll say maybe a little bit of Zelda too. However, it's just so difficult. Oh, jeez. Some people actually do consider this kind of a good game. Proton John has made it through the corridor. That corridor can definitely be a wall. Dicio may take another death. Yeah, there's another death. Not surprised. Proton John doing... Ooh, unfortunately falls down the tree. I don't know if I would necessarily go after these bad guys. He took a lot of damage there. Maybe it'll be worth it. I don't know. We'll see. Dicio going right through the corridor again. Biggest thing, gotta get through this in order to start making progress here. Ooh, Dicio got a little bit surrounded by enemies right there. He's gonna go ahead and use a little bit of magic in order to destroy some things. First boss on Proton John's side. Ooh, fireball to the back. When the villain actually wants the hero to lose? Yeah. I would kind of agree, Primitive Elements. Okay, we've got green guy on Proton John's side. Wow, how are you even supposed to dodge that crap? Like, I don't understand. Proton John takes another death. 1 life left. I'm quite enjoying this, let me just say. Yeah, so what looks like it might be the best in order to avoid taking too much damage is backing up so that the shots despawn before they reach you. Yeah, there, Proton John is using that strat. Very nice. Dicio also going up against the boss. Again, biggest thing is to learn how to do this. Dicio has also learned how to stay away from the shots. Proton John finishes the boss first and is in the lead. Very nice. Holy crap, there are a lot of people watching. Thank you for joining, everybody. Yeah, and huge shout-outs to Proton John for just being willing to suffer on my behalf. Proton John manages to get the item. What is happening? Oh boy, he is pretty awesome, and he has Blizzard. So we'll go ahead and see how Blizzard plays off for him. Diceyode going up against the boss, out of magic, unfortunately, so it may take a little bit longer to beat this guy. But he seems to have a pretty good strategy here, not taking too much damage. You know, he can still take about 3 hits without dying. Okay, Blizzard time. What does Blizzard do? Everything is frozen on Proton John's side. Very nice. Magical Ronnie Dio. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, Diceyode making some pretty strong progress. Honestly, this is good to see people, you know, both of them get past the first level within, you know, just a few minutes of starting the match. Very nice. QB, you were frozen. Oh, geez, that's kind of scary. I'm just frozen every day. You know, but I learned to let it go. Well, that's just what you gotta do in life. Why is this not about a priest that jumps out of planes? I'm sorry, that's wrong. You know, that's for another day. That was going to be the sequel, but the sequel just got canceled. Sorry about that. Diceyode is stuck in the ice. This is beautiful. Wow. Okay, Diceyode freezes everything again. Not in the ice this time. Probably a good choice. Hey, people were talking about Frozen. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Oh, jeez. Diceyode takes a death. Proton John is in the cave. He's using Blizzard quite a bit. Probably a good strategy here. Zomotsu Zigoku. I'm just trying to think of what the translation would be. I forgot my Japanese conjugation, so it's a little bit difficult for me. Yeah, there is a lot of flickering. Hopefully you enjoy that. Proton John just rocking through this cave. Wow. This game is magical. Okay, enemies are all frozen. The eyes look like they're part of the background, but they can still damage you even with that. So Proton John still making some steady progress. Diceyode had to start the level over again. Not a huge deal, you know. Biggest thing is to learn from your previous playthrough, and as long as you don't make the same mistakes again, then you can usually make some pretty big progress. Proton John trying to get through the waterfall / the lava fall. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, he needs to use that Blizzard. There we go. Very nice. Not too much damage on Proton John's side. Diceyode has a good amount of health as well. I think Proton John is getting through this section of the game pretty quickly. This enemy definitely does not want to die, though. That weird bat. Aha, everybody discussing Overwatch in here. You know, it's been a while. I should play a little bit more Overwatch, but I don't know. There are too many other games like Home Alone, and it's just difficult to find games that I definitely want to play. Okay, so Proton John does need to use a Blizzard here. However, he is out of magic, and so he jumped down and took a death. I don't know if he needed to. He may have been able to grind out some magic on some of the enemies in here, but I'm just not sure. Taking a death, though, he has 60 magic left. I mean, that's pretty good. Do the teardrops actually hurt you? That's my question. Ooh. Unfortunately, Proton John falls into the pit after jumping into the eyeball. Diceyode, continuing from the beginning of the level. Again, this game is hard. Honestly, if you ever want to be frustrated within the first like 2 or 3 minutes of a game, this is the perfect game for you. You should probably go give it a shot. Tears always hurt. Oh man, Weird Al Tankovich. Wow, that name. I love it. Home Alone definitely has the better multiplayer experience. What do you mean? Like people just sitting there watching as you die? Well, not really die. I mean, I presume the wet bandits kill you. I mean, that's just how life goes. This game is inspirational. I'm glad that the game actually gives you powers that it expects you to use, though, instead of powers that are like, yeah, this could help, but, you know, it's kind of useless. This instead is like, freeze the lava, good luck. Wow, okay. There's so much flashing on both sides, it's kind of amazing. And I love that you never quite know how much longer it's going to last. Yeah, in this case, I would say, you know, it's usually considered by decision. In this case, I would generally go with who had the lead longest and who got somewhere first. At this point, Proton John is in the lead. Diceyode isn't too far behind, but Proton John has made it the farthest into this. He made it into the weird section with the eyes and then the lava waterfall. He's going to have to freeze the lava waterfall in order to climb up it and get to the next section, which, as long as he can shoot well, then that should be doable. But again, he could manage to get to the point where he freezes the waterfall, shoots it, and then messes it up. Diceyode is a couple screens in front of Proton John, but Proton John is getting there pretty quickly. There we go. This bat is kind of deadly. Proton John is able to tackle it pretty well. He got a pretty good strategy right there. Diceyode just froze him. Unfortunately, hit the eyeball and took a death. Okay, Proton John also hits the eyeball and takes a death. However, just for those who are watching for the first time, once the hour mark hits, the match is considered over. Whoever made the most progress at any given point would be the winner. So, because Proton John made it past these eyeballs and to the fire waterfall, lava fall, I guess, I don't know, that thing. Because he made it there, he would be considered the victor if it just ended at that point. So here we go. Proton John is going to try the lava waterfall and see what happens. Okay, so you've got to be a little bit quick. There we go. He's taken the extra life and it was worth it. Fantastic. Diceyode trying to dodge the weird imp things that drop arrows, I guess. I mean, you don't really have to, like, pull the arrow string back very far. I forget what all of that stuff is called. I, like, learned how to shoot arrows one time a long time ago, and I guess I learned all the terminology, but I have no idea now. Okay, kill that eyeball, grab the potion. Ooh, Proton John luckily has extra health at this point after grabbing that. Very nice. Definitely a worthwhile pickup. Bone Skeleton just being a jerk. Oh, Cadus, I'm actually going to go ahead and mod you as well. You're in chat all the time. Yeah, for those who are watching, both Proton John and Diceyode are in chat right now. So if you do want me to talk about some sort of strategy that helps or some sort of thing that might spoil things, go ahead, shoot me a PM or, you know, whisper to me and I'll go ahead and let people know your personal thoughts. But yeah, no worries. Like, the thing is, we like to keep them in one chat because sometimes there are emergencies with some of the matches. You'd be surprised, especially when you're getting into bad games. You never know if bad games are going to suddenly soft lock at some point, or if, like, there was one DOS game that just basically was unbeatable in the settings that we had. So it was really good that we could talk to everybody. Proton John is definitely making consistent progress. One more hit and he's dead here, though, so he's gonna want to take this really carefully. There we go. Very nice. This bat looks scary, though. Okay, yeah, I would use the magic to defeat that bone dragon as well. Whoa! Proton John is dead. So at this point, Proton John has made the most progress, would be considered in the lead. Diciote is trying to get past these eyes, and then the fire, or the lava waterfall coming up. Blizzard only freezes smaller enemies, so it probably won't help against larger enemies or bosses. Thank you for that piece of advice. How do I say your name? Lady One Rex? That sounds good. Diciote, gonna continue. Oh, he hates these jumps. Yeah, welcome to Holy Diver. So much. There we go, Proton John freezing everything. Yeah, you're gonna see a few continues. Don't worry, that's just how it is. Diciote doing a good job at freezing everything. Man, this game, though, it is just a tad bit difficult. Proton John doesn't even want to, play around. He wants to try killing everything that he can. Probably get some of these pickups here. I mean, right now he only has 30 magic. That could be a little bit risky going on later. They can go to the Holy Diner. Wow. I'm sure Dio would love that. Okay, nice freeze by Proton John right as he was landing there. Diciote going into the giant eye room. I don't know, there are a lot of eyes all throughout, just making sure that you can get down without taking too much damage. He's using freeze a lot more, by the way. It seems like Proton John is generally going a little bit riskier. Gonna use Twin Fire right there. I say that's a good choice. Better to do that than risk dying, you know? Okay, he's freezing those eyes in order to get past their weird eye drops. I would not do that. I would not do that. Whoa, Proton John, what are you doing? Okay, I'll let you do that, but you scared me. So whatever. They have to survive 1 hour. It's only an hour, it's fine. Okay, yeah, Proton John really wants to get that extra health. So he's gonna freeze everything there, jump up, kill that eye, and grab the health upgrade. I mean, yeah, you should definitely be doing that in this game. If you're skipping the health upgrades, at the very least, through your first playthrough, I don't think speedruns would even skip that, you know? Just gonna be honest here. Holy Survivor, wow. Primitive elements, it's fine to like this game, but let's just say that the level design is not particularly the best. He's only used to 7 minutes. Oh, okay. Man, we've got Proton John memes coming into chat. Ooh, and Proton John is to the boss of stage 2. Again, he's just trying to get the taste of this boss before really doing anything too risky. Oh, what an easy... What? Was that really all the boss was? Wow. Essentia. That's something. Limitless continues. Yes. As far as I know. Okay, Proton John is on to stage 3. Diceyode is still on stage 2. We're getting a little bit more of a divide between the two players. Proton John decides to freeze everything in order to keep going. Man, that freeze power. Super, super helpful, except when you're about to jump into the lava. Ooh, that lava jump right there on Proton John's side. That's okay, he's still going. Not able to kill that bug, but whatever. Not a big deal. Bugs are bugs. I don't think you can kill them anyway. Okay, moving on. Proton John is going to freeze everything. Ooh, and got a full health refill. Very nice. Diceyode moving on to the cave of stage 2. Proton John decided to go climb a tree, which is cool too. Trees are awesome. Oh my gosh, ear folds. Yeah, there's so many bugs. Bugs everywhere. Ooh, Diceyode dies in the lava. Proton John gets the jump boots. I mean, I guess all boots are really made for jumping. That's what they do. That's life. These jokes in chat, whatever. Yeah, you know I like him. It's fine. Oh, one more hit and Proton John. Yeah. I saw that coming. It looks like he has 3 lives left. Not a huge deal. Giant fish just enjoying life over there. Having little baby fish everywhere. Good job, little fish. Apparently freezing doesn't work against the fish, huh? Oh boy, at least the fish is dead. Good choice. Well, fish is back. Oh my gosh, what a jerk. Don't holy criver. Oh my gosh. Earfolds, the holy salami is the best salami of them all. If you get a salami without holes, you have done goofed. Diceyode, I don't know what those things are, but they're kind of very gross. It's like floating hearts that just go a little bit crazy. Breaker, I do not know what Breaker does, but let's see. Wow, okay, that is a pretty powerful shot. Takes 10 magic, so it might not always be useful. But, you know, for these stupid fish, probably a good idea. Okay, very nice use of the breaker over there in Proton John's side. Oh, he's missing a lot of these shots. There we go. At this point, Diceyode starting stage 2 again. He's having, yeah, we're seeing the lead, you know, become even greater over there. Holy Striver, you know it. You know it. So all of this has just been pretty much a warm-up. Ooh, you cannot high jump from lava. He has to... Wow. He has to use Blizzard there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically here's the deal. Here's what happened. He got to that point, he used too much magic, and because of that he couldn't use Blizzard in order to freeze the lava. He had to freeze the lava in order to do a high jump. Yep, this is Holy Diver. Oh my gosh, Lolly Liver. Oh my gosh, that's terrible, Violet. That is not allowed. You are not allowed. just keep them coming. I'm loving them. I'm not gonna read them all out loud. Had to keep his cool a bit longer. I make fun of bad puns just because that's life. That's what we do. Oh! Spot you a holy fiber? Sure. Oh, sure, I'll give you a holy fiber. With every holy fiber of my being. Diciode. Again, continuing through the cave, he's... I think... You know, once he gets to the boss should go pretty quickly for him. It's just getting through these... There are just so many enemies. He's not even taking it. He's just gonna freeze everything and keep going. Probably a fine enough idea. Romaji stage names. Yeah, I suppose so. I don't even know what they mean, but, you know, go for it. Unfortunately, the fish is usually just outside of Mr. Dio's range. So Proton John really wants to kill this fish, but having a bit of a hard time. There we go. I really dislike the bats, too. Does anyone truly win in these games? Yes, the audience. You are all winners right now. Oh my gosh, this is being super fun. Holy Imbiber. Very nice. Diciode, he's just sort of chilling right now. I think he's trying to figure out what he can do to get through this section. Unfortunately, yeah, freezing and jumping through isn't going to work. The way that Proton John did it, he froze. He just shot the eyes with the upgraded fireball. Not using Blizzard, using Twin Fire, and that managed to get through and kill them pretty quickly. Okay, we've got a few. One more fish hit. Yeah, there goes Proton John. That's fine. One life left. Looks like Diciode is getting a little bit frustrated. It's fine. He can do this. Yes, this is a race. Whoever either beats the game, which probably isn't going to happen, or manages to make the most progress at any given point during the period of an hour is considered the victor. And in most cases, the race ends without anybody actually beating the game. Proton John starting stage 3 over again, and Diciode is starting to get really frustrated with that room. Now, for blind races, what makes the difference between someone who manages to get through and someone who gets stuck is the willingness to really try new things, try things that, you know, just go through and pretty much try every different possibility that you can. You know, if you can't get rid of those, or if freezing the eyes in that section doesn't help, and if every time you jump you're going to hit them, then it's a good thing to start thinking, what can I do in order to get rid of those eyeballs? Of course, Diciode can't hear us, so too bad. Neener, neener. Oh, and 4-H. Yeah, you beat this game. That is crazy. Well, not crazy. I mean, there are a lot of difficult games out there. Sure, those are the giblets. We'll call them that. Yeah, this should have been in the NES Classic, but I don't know. I feel like they lost their mark. You know, they just didn't know what they were really getting themselves into. You know, they did Mario, but nobody plays Mario these days. It's Holy Diver, man. Oh man, Funk Doc games. There are just so many games that he played and somehow mastered them, and this was one of them. You know, I think this was late in the NES's life cycle. Technically, it didn't come out in the US. It was Japan only. Ooh, Ooh, Proton John takes another death. 1989, yeah, so fairly late in the NES's lifespan. I thought NES was 90 or 85 to about 90, 91. Okay, I don't know timelines too well. Okay, looks like Proton John is just going to need to wait for fish to come to him. Yeah, I would definitely just start going. What is that? Oh, Diceyode takes a death. Okay, Diceyode, just gotta figure something out. Again, you gotta try different things. You gotta figure out some way to get across. So what's Diceyode gonna do? Another blizzard? Yeah. He's trying the same thing over and over and over again and getting the same result. Which isn't always true on bad games, but in this case it really is. Last NES games were 94, but when did the Super Nintendo come out? Aha, apparently according to Lady One Rex. Another random ability tidbit. Overdrive just does a crud ton of damage. It could, yeah, I kind of agree. If you manage to hit 2 fish with 1 overdrive, that might actually be the best way to proceed. Has Proton John played this game before? He has not. We talked about it. He saw a video of the first level once. And that's pretty much it. So most of this is pretty blind to him. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. I know Proton John has played a lot of bad games, though. That's what it is. You know, that's just how things go. Diceyode, yeah, is starting to get frustrated. But again, one thing that happens a lot of the time as well, because this is a bad video game tournament and because there's a lot of BS, sometimes people think that these sections are more difficult than they actually are. So Diceyode is really overthinking the jumps that he has to make. Biggest thing, get rid of the eyeballs. As soon as he does that, the jumps are going to be super reasonable. Okay, Proton John is now using the different magic skills to try to get past these fish, and I think that's going to be the best option for him. There he goes. He is done with the fish. Still has enough magic to keep going. You see why he had his charity stream before this? Yeah. Just so you know, all of you coming from Proton John's side, if he ever does have a donation for games thing again, I've got a few recommendations that you guys, yeah, that could be pretty amazing. Diceyode doing a good job trying to get back to where he was before. Just as a recap for people joining us right now, Proton John is on stage 3, Diceyode is on stage 2. We are just over the halfway mark. We have about half an hour left, 27 minutes left. Whoever is, or makes it to the furthest point inside the game at any given point is the victor. Proton John is currently leading. Diceyode shooting the arrow dudes. Those dudes are cool. Do tell you more? Oh, codename Hawkhead. Don't worry, I will. Here's a game. Okay, don't tell Proton John I told you this, but donate for The Wizard of Oz for the Super Nintendo, okay? That's one game that he needs to experience sometime. Yeah. Everybody needs to experience that sometime. John's in the chimney of Beyblades. That is beautiful. Yeah, Wizard of Oz is like beating the game. Here's the deal. Getting through the game is a huge challenge in and of itself. Actually beating the game is something else. Or like, because once you get to the end, it says that you have to have a certain... I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but like getting to right towards the end is fairly difficult, but actually beating it is another story. Yeah, Diciode's still trying the same strats and not paying off. Yeah, I've beaten Wizard of Oz. It's something. It's definitely an experience. I know, AVGN also complains about games that are relatively good. I think he should try this. That would be amazing. Diciode taking a little bit of a mental break, it looks like. Let me go ahead and type 25 minutes left. It requires courage, a healthy brain, and a strong heart. Very nice, Crasher Dasher. It also really requires knowing that the Tin Man is absolutely worthless. Okay? Toto Dice is not the best. PBR gamer, Toto Dice is the worst part of the Wizard of Oz. I'm so glad when we found out something about it, which I don't want to spoil. But it's total crap. Like, it's total crap, yeah. What was it? Dragon Dark... Here's the deal. Dragon Dark estimated that it was like 1 out of 1,000 chance of actually beating that. I think he exaggerated a little, but that's Dragon Dark for you. If you're still here, Dragon Dark, I really enjoy your exaggerations. So don't stop, okay? Diciode, trying to get through these guys. Yeah, it's really difficult if you can only get to the place that you need to practice with 1 or 2 lives. One out of 4,096. It seems to go up every time I talk to you, Dragon Dark. Like, I know... I'm fairly sure, like, it's less than 1, or the chances are better than 1 in 1,000. I'd say, like... I don't know, I'd have to go calculate it. But yeah, it's still absurd that a mini game that you may or may not actually have to beat is that low of a chance and purely random. What game is this? This game is called Holy Diver. He likes to scuba dive, but he accidentally decided to shoot fireballs out of his hand instead. I don't know the story of this game. I mean, there are fish. You saw the fish, right? I think they're all the fish that he took pictures of as a scuba diver. Their souls are coming back to haunt him. He didn't really kill them, but, you know, it's Holy Diver. Okay, Demon Arrow people are having fun. Wow, Poker US Master. Yeah, those odds... I think I would fold Poker Master. You thought this was Cancelvania? Oh my gosh. Cancelvania. Are we gonna make a sequel? Nope, it's Cancelvania. Well, this basically was Cancelvania in the US anyway. Okay, Diciode. No. Ooh, what? He made that jump? Okay, that's one way to do it. Okay, Ooh, and then he gets knocked into the pit. Oh my gosh. He made that jump. That is what is so great. Oh. Oh. Okay, so basically, I'm super shocked he got that jump because... that's not what I would recommend, and then he immediately dies after that. That was the best. Okay, he got super good at those jumps. Dicey-Ode, you're not gonna make it. You're dead. Wait. Nope, you are so... Wait. Can you make it? Yes. Haha. Doikum, thank you. 20 minutes remaining. Proton John is still in the lead, but Dicey-Ode, after passing that difficult part, has a chance of making a comeback. We'll go ahead and see how he does in the next little section, but he did get the health upgrade, which is going to make a big difference. And Proton John freezing all the enemies and going to continue on through this stage. Probably a good choice. Oh boy, there's a healthy guy down there. One up. Looks like Proton John is going for it. This game is so good. Oh, Dicey-Ode is getting really good at the mashing, the shooting. Very, very good. Holy Drivers, God Chauffeur, very nice. Oh, there's a health upgrade. Come on, Proton John, you need that. Full health refill and a health upgrade. Very nice. Wow, how can, like, giant bushes jump that high? I don't even understand the physics. Or really anything. Okay, Dicey-Ode trying to get past these dragons. Unfortunately, it jumps on his face and wrecks him. Okay, Proton John is on to boss number 3, it looks like. Unfortunately, takes a death. He has enough lives, though. This is fine. So here we go. Time to fight this gross-looking thing. I don't even know. Whatever. He's going to try using his breaker powers. Probably a good idea. I would just fire one at a time, though. Proton John takes a death. 2 lives left. Still enough to get some decent progress into this. John is winning. Correct, Pivot Man. Proton John is currently in the lead. Dicey-Ode is making some pretty good progress, though. Unfortunately, he gets stuck in the ice. He's learned how to free himself from the ice, though, so that's always good. He's probably going to have to freeze it once more. Nope. Haha. Very nice jump. Proton John beats boss number 3. Moving on to stage 4. Dicey-Ode is still on stage 2. Has a lot of work to catch up. It's getting to the point where I'm not sure if we... over-arrive. I think it's overdrive, but it looked like over-arrive. Wow, that ability is pretty something. Not gonna lie. All of these touchdowns. Or just footballs. They're just footballs. It's basically a touchdown. I don't know. Sports. Oh, I appreciate it, Dan. Yeah, follow me. If you follow me on Twitter, I always announce matches that are coming up. Of course, I understand if you don't. It's completely cool. But it's cool if you do, too. There are going to be some pretty crazy matches coming up in the near future. So... be excited for fun, because everybody loves fun. Proton John, how did you live? Oh, you didn't. Oh. Yeah, Lad 1 Rex. Lady 1 Rex. That's what it looks like it's doing. So the blades basically shoot out for several seconds, destroy blocks, and hurt a lot of enemies. Simply put, it looks like it does a good amount of damage. Definitely required for some of these jumps here. Proton John falls into the pit. Diceyode still taking several deaths. Having a hard time getting through this. Yeah, 15 minutes left. We're getting very close to the end of the match. Still a really good first match. This game is really difficult. Just a little super difficult. Wow. Okay, this is pretty entertaining. So Proton Jump. I've been talking for like 6 hours straight, okay, so please understand if I start saying stupid stuff. But Proton John made a really difficult jump. He didn't mean to make it that difficult, but he made it, so good job. Wow, all this damage from those rocks. Diceyode freezing everything. Still trying to get through stage 2, and Proton John is on stage 4. The weird muscular hearts or whatever. I don't understand the throbbing hearts on Diceyode's side, but you know, they're kind of cute, I suppose. Proton John made a good choice jumping up and killing that enemy before progressing. Definitely. Oh, this is scary. This is scary. Okay, good job, Proton John. Diceyode making some steady progress. Proton John just deciding to walk into the pit. Very nice. Oh yeah, don't spoil too much about strategies, by the way, because they can see what we're talking about. Proton John looks like he figured out what he would like to do before you said too much, Cyric. PBR Gamer, you redid the Toto dice math, huh? Go ahead, tell me. What are the odds? Oh, yeah. Proton John and Diceyode are both in the chats in case we have any emergencies or anything. Yeah, I need to know the Toto dice on Wizard of Oz. Give us the math, boy. Okay, Proton John. Oh, no. Okay, he's good. Nope, he's not good. Okay, so the easiest way to beat it, you only have a 1 in 653 million chances. Quickest 1 in 15 billion chances. But those are only the easiest or the quickest, you know, not a big deal. Diceyode, moving on to the difficult screen. He has the most difficult part with this, mostly because he does these really annoying small jumps, and it's just really difficult to make. Can you just watch John? No. Too bad. No mames from Son of Orpheus, but man, all the mames are here. Yeah, Proton Jump. Wow. Hey, all y'all from Proton John stream, you're all cool. I'm liking you guys. I need to go hang out there more often. Okay, Diceyode making some steady progress through level 2. First screen of level 2 again, makes it into the cave. Proton John is just having a hard time with this first screen in level 4. Which I can't blame him. This game isn't exactly the most friendly game in the world. Pivot Man, in theory, he could make it there. However, we have a tendency to not end the matches early. We go the full hour. Wait, odds of winning Powerball jackpot are 1 in $292 million, or 292 million. Roughly less than half that of Toto Dice. That's only if you're going for the best solution, but yeah. Thank you, Doikum, for the time there. 10 minutes left. A holy rhymer. Wow. The comeback reel. Well, Diceyode is catching up to the part where he has the biggest problems. Again, he doesn't do this the easiest way. He hasn't figured out the way that Proton John managed to get through that screen reliably. And simply put, it's probably... Yeah, the thing is, once you get it ingrained in your mind that you can beat something one specific way, a lot of the times you don't want to go back and change the way that you do it, because that you'll keep doing something a more difficult way than you necessarily need to do. And, you know, we've seen that repeatedly in Twosogrande. That's what happens. That's how everyone gets, though. You find one way that works, you're going to want to stick with that because, you know that you can do it, or that you know that you have done it. And unfortunately, it often leads to deaths. This game definitely can make anyone mad. The first level, I don't know. The first level is pretty brutal, I'd say. Yeah, 4 through 6, the levels get super difficult. Bad breaks, come on. Like, yeah, add it to the next Big 20. Come on. It was licensed in Japan. Just do it. Just do it. The 49ers. Violet Weevil. I like you. This is not on the NES Mini or whatever it's called. Nope. This is just Holy Diver. Although some would argue that maybe it should be on that. You own a card of this game? Oh man. Proton John takes a game over. Diceyode managed to get past the really, really difficult jumps that he made too difficult for himself. Ooh, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Diceyode. He's taking a lot of damage. And we still have some of these bone skeletons. Ooh, bone skeleton just noms on him. Game over. That might be it for attempts. I do not think there's any chance of catching up to where Proton John has made it. But we're still going to finish out the clock. Ooh, Proton John slides into the pit. Bam. Arrow guys get frozen in the air. They're like evil cupids, basically. I don't even know what those guys are normally called, but they're, I don't know, they're imps. Imps! That's a good name, they're imps. Holy magic justice. Good job, Randy. Yeah, Diceyode just keeps going. It's amazing. Yeah, they're definitely imps. Shrimps? Sure, whatever. I mean, we did have flying fish earlier, so they can be shrimp for all you want. For all you care. All I care. Whatever, for everything. For nothing. holy fighter. Diceo, yeah, that's the thing that I like about people. You know, we have had a few rage quit before, you know, who just knew that they had no chance of catching up, or at least thought that they had no chance of catching up, and were just like, I'm done. And you know, that happens on occasion, but most of the people playing have been pretty persistent and have just been like, this game is terrible and I might lose, but I'm gonna at least do the best. Now, if you did see one of the matches like between Plexel and Bass Guitar Bill, not giving up ended up being really good, because there was a comeback right at the very end, and it was like one of the best matches that we had. It was fantastic. You rage quit after the race ends? Good idea. You can do that. Thank you, Dragon Dark, for the timestamp there. Yeah, 5 minutes. We're getting pretty close to the end. Diceo doing his difficult jumps, not making it. Dragon Dark, that is a lot of Tims. There's so many Tims left. Oh, Diceo doesn't make the jump. Unfortunately, that's a game over. He's still going to continue, though. Zangief's Holy Spinning Pile Driver. Man, that is a good pile driver. And it, you know, it happens. That pile driver. Not too often, but it's there. Proton John is just having huge difficulties with this level. Not a surprise. I mean, this is stage 4 of Holy Diver, and it's basically where the game just says, okay, whatever. You thought you were having fun. Good luck, everybody. Ooh, Proton John took damage but managed to get boosted in the correct direction. That was fantastic. The Holy MacGyver. Yeah, that was done, but that's fine. We just have 2.5 minutes left. Getting close to the end of this match. Proton John is on stage 4. Oh, jeez, no, that doesn't work, Proton John. That ends up in the pit. But Proton John is on stage 4, Diceo is on stage 2, which definitely means that Proton John is the winner of this match. You know, we can officially say that right now. We're still trying to see if Proton John can get past his wall, and if Diceo can get past this jump again. That would be great. Come on, Diceo. Oh, Proton John's got a headache? Holy crap. Man, that's... Ooh, Diceo. That's definitely going to make it rough, but wow. Loser, yeah. Basically, if you give up, you have to just play the game forever until you beat it, so don't give up. Wow, Diceo made the jump, but that's totally not how you need to do it. But he made the jump. We'll go ahead and say good job. Diceo freezes the waterfall again, or the lava fall. Okay, we have less than a minute. We do... Oh my gosh. It's all because that stupid Spider-Man game, isn't it? Yeah, that had all the Tims. Oh my gosh, that game was so bad. Proton John still struggling through the same section. I'm wanting Diceo to make the jump. Wow, he made it. Fantastic. Yeah, here we are right at the end. I hope everybody had a good Tim. Because man, that's what matters, all the Tims. And fantastic, that is the match. Let's go ahead and accidentally destroy your ears. My apologies about that. Hopefully your ears are fine. Oh, jeez. But GG. Fantastic job. Proton John really did do a lot better in this game than I expected. He would have beaten me, like, simply put. Because when I tried playing this, I did not do well at all. Diceode did a great job. But yeah, it's just a really difficult game. Like, super difficult. I really enjoyed the match, though. So, Proton John is moving on